By the end of this video, you're gonna have absolutely no excuse to not have over 1,000 followers on TikTok, and on top of that, if you already have 1,000 followers on TikTok, you're now gonna have no excuse that you're not gaining 1,000 followers every single day, because by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what type of content you should be creating, what hashtags you should be using, what formats you should be using, what length you should be creating your content in, and one other thing that I'm gonna be sharing with you towards the end of this video that's literally going to make the difference between you either losing followers or losing views, or you skyrocketing your views and getting more followers than you could have ever imagined. Because at the end of the day, how to grow on TikTok has completely changed. And if you're not adapting to the new ways to grow on TikTok, like the new types of content or new lengths you need to be making, it's why you're at a disadvantage. In fact, this creator just went from struggling to grow to gaining over 100,000 followers in just a 30-day period. And this creator has been able to make over $10,000 a month by simply reposting content to TikTok and following the rules that I outlined with you in this video. First and foremost, you need to make sure that you're not making the mistake of this video right here that only got 75,000 views versus this video right here that got over 10 million views. In fact, the video that got over 10 million views is the same exact video. The only difference is they changed the comment that was on the screen in the beginning. You got it. That is the only difference that they made. And the reason that they made this difference is because that comment that worked and got over 10 million views did something very subtle, but something very powerful on TikTok. And that's that one, it hooked the viewer in, but two, it anticipated what was going to be coming next. If we go back to how I started this video, and it's the same exact thing you need to be doing on TikTok, you need to be anticipating what's coming next. I told you I was going to tell you the links, I was going to tell you the hashtags, I was going to tell you so much more, and the reason I told you that was so that you kept on watching. If you're not doing that within your TikTok content, people are just going to swipe away because you need to get them interested in whatever's coming next, and if you're not doing that, you're failing to hold their attention, and ultimately, you're not going to hit the analytics that you need to hit on TikTok, because if you're not getting at least 70% of people to watch the first 3 seconds on TikTok, guess what ends up happening? They're not gonna push your content out, they're gonna put you in 250 view jail, and I don't care if you have 1 million followers or 0 followers, you're not gonna get a lot of views if you're not holding people for those first 3 seconds. Or if you're using the wrong hashtags, it's also gonna kill you. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you wanna grow quicker on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, just created a free TikTok growth course. You could get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to tell you not only the best hashtags to use, but also the best time for you to be posting. So what are you waiting for? Go to the pinned comment below and sign up right now. It's literally 100% free. Now, most of you are failing before you even end up creating your content. In fact, you're wasting all the time that you're putting into creating content because you're not choosing the right topic for your content. So what you need to be doing now, you need to be going into TikTok, you need to be doing a search, you need to be applying the filter by likes, but then also this month, if there are not people creating content on the topic that you're about to talk about within the last 30 days that went viral, then you creating a piece of content like that is a complete waste of time. On top of that, if you look up those topics, and the format that you're going to use for your content is completely different, again, you are completely wasting your time. I cannot emphasize this enough. Stop wasting your time creating TikToks that have no chance of going viral. You need to make sure that you're actually doing the research to understand what topics your potential audience is going to be interacting with. Because if you don't know how TikTok works, let me break it down for you very, very simply. You go onto TikTok, you interact with certain pieces of content, and there are really 4 interactions that they're looking for. The first one is that you watch the entire video. The second is that you followed the person. The third is that you shared the video, and then the fourth is that you commented. If you perform any of those 4 actions, guess what ends up happening the next time you log on to TikTok? You guessed right. TikTok is going to show you content that looks like the stuff that you engaged with in the past, but you're probably wondering, Rob, what on earth does that have to do with me trying to reach people and get more views? Well, that has something to do with it, because what you need to make sure that you're doing is understanding what content your audience or potential audience is interacting with. And then if you can meet them there by creating that type of content and implementing the next 3 things I'm gonna be sharing with you, boom, you're gonna end up going viral, you're gonna end up getting more followers, and that is going to be the thing that allows you to gain over 1,000 followers every single day on TikTok. Now, the mistake that you're gonna make as a small account right now is you're just gonna go create content on what you think is a good idea without having any proof for why it's a good idea. And this would be like trying to drive to California from New York without using a map or a GPS. It would just be plain stupid. Now, you could be choosing the right topic, but choosing the wrong length for your content, and it's still going to destroy the amount of views that you get, because again, how TikTok actually works. And if you want to succeed on TikTok, you want to get more views, you want to get more followers, you need to understand the algorithm. And the way that the TikTok algorithm works is they push out videos on a certain topic in a certain format that are a certain length, because they understand that some people watch 8-second videos and some people watch 60-second videos. And you need to take this into consideration with your content, because you could choose the right topic. You could put the perfect keyword keywords in your description. You could put the perfect keywords in your title. You can have something really good in your title that anticipates what's gonna come next, but if you choose the wrong length, it could significantly shrink the potential audience size that you could be going after. So if you're creating a piece of content about fitness that's 10 seconds long, but the majority of people that watch fitness content is 90 seconds long, guess what ends up happening when you make that 10-second long video? Yes, you could get some views, but you could have got way more views if you simply made a longer video. So now that you know the right hashtags to use, the right topics to use, the right formats to use, and the right length to use, you need to make sure that you're not skipping these next two things because they're gonna make all the difference when it comes to whether or not you grow or whether or not you fail to grow on TikTok. And I do wanna address something. A lot of people think that your first 5 posts matter on TikTok, but that if you haven't gotten views on TikTok, there's something wrong with your account. And I wanna tell you that that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. I'm sure that you could look up creators on TikTok with 1 million followers or with 100,000 followers that only get a couple thousand views a video. And it's not because they're shadow banned. It's not because TikTok hates them. It's simply because they're not implementing these next 2 principles I'm gonna share with you that make all the difference for whether or not TikTok pushes out your content. Because at the end of the day, TikTok doesn't just push out your content to followers. If that was the case, you'd lose a massive amount of followers. Instead, they try to push out the content to the people that are interested in that content. But if you're creating content that nobody's interested in, you're not going to get any views. And this brings me to something that I need to make sure that you avoid doing. You need to avoid taking long periods of time off from creating content. And there are 3 reasons for this, and I actually have a remedy for you. If you're gonna be going on vacation or you're burnt out and need to take some time off, then simply do reposts or do other types of content that just don't take you anywhere near as long to post. And this is going to help you continue to get posts out because if you take a long time off for posting, 3 things are gonna happen. 1, you're gonna be completely out of touch with what currently works, so you're gonna come back and think that you're shadow banned, but in all reality, everything's changed and it's really hard for you to adapt to that new thing because you had success in the past. The second thing that's going to happen is TikTok is going to stop prioritizing your content. TikTok is a momentum game. If somebody watched one of your pieces of content, the next time you upload, they could get suggested it if they took the 4 actions that I shared with you earlier in this video. But if you're not putting out content, well, guess what? Now TikTok needs to start over from 0 and try to find an audience for your content. Or people might have completely forgotten about you or somebody else might have come in to fill your void. And that's why you're not getting views after taking off a long period of time. So please make sure that you do not take off too long on TikTok and make sure that you're staying consistent because at the end of the day, the TikTok algorithm favors consistency because again, they can look at the past watch history, see people have been watching your content and then show it to them in the future. And this helps them find a new audience for your content, which ultimately is going to be your new followers. And this brings me to by far the most important point that I need to cover, which is once something works, you need to run with that like crazy. If you look at people like the Hype House or any brand that's been built, all they did was find one format that worked and then kept doing it over and over and over again for different situations, for different topics. And this is what the most successful content creators do. I mean, look at Mr. Beast on YouTube. He literally does challenge videos like he did 5 years ago, except he does them better and does them bigger. And you can build a brand and you can build a massive audience and monetize TikTok by simply doing the same exact thing on TikTok. Because guess what? YouTube was the thing of the past. Well, it's still a thing, but you understand what I'm saying. TikTok is going to be the thing of the future, but it's probably going to follow a similar path to YouTube. Now, if you want to get monetized on TikTok and you want to be able to become a full-time TikToker and you want to get guaranteed followers on TikTok, well, you need to keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you where I literally want to tell you everything that you need to do to get more followers in the next 30 days, guaranteed. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only 2 things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is 1, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers. And 2, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this because every single day that you wait, it's it's only gonna get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're gonna get more followers on TikTok, or you're gonna get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next two videos I put up on the screen, because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.